This is not a typical brewery. The brewery's founder, Tim Kovac, may just have brewing in his blood, for God's sake. Legend has it that way back when, his family won a brewery during a high-stakes card game. Must have been one hell of a hand. Inspired by that story, Tim founded the small-town brewery in Wauconda, Illinois, with the goal of honoring Groot-inspired brewing. You're using a variety of herbal ingredients. Tim crafted botanical beers with the unmistakable taste of nostalgia that became loved by many. After introducing Not Your Father's Root Beer, bottles flew off the shelf so quickly that this brewery simply couldn't keep up. So they ramped up production and they're now sold across the U.S. and owned by the one and only Pabst Brewing Company. But today, we're not drinking that root beer shit. We're drinking Not Your Father's, what's it called? Not Your Father's Mountain Ale Citrus Brew. Back to the show, folks. Today we're drinking from a Mountain Dew looking can.
A Mountain Dew looking can and a Mountain Dew looking drink.
Oh, is
Cheers.
it? Cheers. And we're drinking out of red Solo cups.
Exactly like a Mountain
Dew. It really
Dew.
does. Holy cow.
It tastes exactly. Oh, fuck.
Oh, mama.
It tastes exactly like a Mountain Dew.
Okay.
I'm getting a picture of this.
Yeah, get a picture. Get a picture of that mixture.
That's
was
some
pretty
radioactive.
good.
Yeah. Congratulations.
But
That's
I
some
picked this up
radioactive bullshit.
It really is. It's not good. I picked this up at a 7-Eleven on my way into the studio today, and it shows.
It tastes like something you picked up at a 7-Eleven. This tastes exactly like Mountain Dew.
It does not taste exactly like Mountain Dew.
Really?
That tastes like grapefruit. Like it's a heavy grapefruit. I'll give it to you. It tastes a little bit like Mountain Dew, and certainly inspired by the Dew.
Yeah, definitely. It went heavy on the citrus. Yeah, I can't. We will post a picture of this, but you can't emphasize how much this looks like Mountain Dew. I'll tell you
Why
what.
would they do that?
Well, because at Small Town Brewery, they're a little twisted.
Uh-oh.
They do things a little different.
They do things a little different.
Speaking of, hold on, let me read the copy on this can. Let this refreshing citrus brew take you to new heights. Elevate your taste buds with balanced and bright flavors achieved through true craftsmanship. We know you'll enjoy it. We do. Not Your Father's Mountain Ale.
Oh, it's
this
like
was a
big
poem
bold
written on the
block
side of
lettering.
Yeah,
I'm going to read some
poem.
more copy off the website.
All right.
This is Not Your Father's Mountain Ale. Camping, glamping, skiing, hiking. There are all kinds of fond memories you've created on one of America's grand peaks. They're basically giant playgrounds ready for action. Those memories... Wait. A playground that's ready for action. I don't like that. Those memories and that energy is exactly what inspired us when we brewed up Not Your Father's Mountain Ale. Let's be honest. No one's ever had a bad time on a mountain.
Let's just be honest. No one's ever had anything but a blast on a mountain. No one's ever ate each other and froze to death.
Yeah, nothing bad has ever happened. Someone is probably dying on a mountain at this second while we drink this Mountain Ale.
At like the Everest base camp where people die like every day.
Sure. And it doesn't stop there. Tasting notes, it goes on. If you want citrus, this is your beer.
I'm not sure.
A big ol' wallop of crisp citrus notes invades your mouth on the first sip. That's true.
Yeah, it does.
A smooth finish means you can knock back a few of these by yourself.
No.
Or split a sixer with friends. You don't even have to be on a mountain, idiot.
Fuck. I couldn't drink more than what I'm drinking right now.
No, I don't want to finish it. Yeah, this is a 24-ounce can that I picked up.
We have had beers like this that leave a film on your mouth, but this is as bad as Smirnoff Ice. But this is actually a beer. Thing is, like, my father has a notion of what a beer is and should be.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, this is not my father's Mountain Ale.
Damn it, I walked out.
You did.
That one.
I was so happy you didn't catch it the whole time.
I'm sorry.
I got a legitimate laugh. This is 5% alcohol as well.
Yeah, so that's good, actually.
I guess, but man, you'd be hungover if you drank a few of these by yourself.
I don't get the lure of this, or the lore, excuse me, of this brewery as like a honoring, like time-honored tradition of beer. Like
but
they're
then
big.
they contradict it in the title of what they make.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like we go way back. We started this brewery a long time ago, and none of it is what we did when we back then. Like
Yeah,
how
yeah.
we used to do
None
it.
of it's the tradition that would be insinuated by calling something your father's way to do it or something.
Yeah, very strange. So
But
they
then-
make a not your father's and not your mom's.
Yeah.
because we have to do a sex divide here. It's like that Dr. Pepper. Remember when they made the Dr. Pepper for men and only men could drink it?
Oh,
But 10 for men or whatever.
yeah, Dr.
10
Pepper 10.
But
Or was it Dr. Pepper?
it was Dr. Pepper. Dr.
Coke,
Pepper.
Coke Zero?
No, there was a thing for men, not for women ad campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper 10 is not for women. That's literally what the ad
I remember
campaign
that,
was.
yeah.
And so men drank it, and like, you know, we know you're all averse to low calorie stuff, but you have permission for this one. This
Mm-hmm.
is not for women.
Right.
No girls allowed. Well, anyway, Small Town Brewery does the same thing here. We have not your father's root beer, not your father's ginger ale, not your father's vanilla cream ale. So these are all manly men drinks.
Not Daddy's cream.
Not your father's vanilla. Yeah. My father's vanilla cream ale is not something I want to think about. Not your mom's apple pie, not your mom's iced tea, and not your mom's strawberry rhubarb are the female.
So Mom was baking the pies, huh?
Yeah, she's in the
and
kitchen.
Daddy's making the
well,
cream
Daddy's
ale.
making. Gross.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But that's,
Um,
I mean, that's fine. It's just the branding of like, but again, it's kind of contradictory because it's not that.
Yeah.
Is it only not that because it has alcohol in it? Is
What do you
that the
mean?
whole thing? Like root beer. You know, root beer doesn't have alcohol in it,
Yeah.
but theirs does.
Your father has a notion of what root beer is. This is not your father's root beer.
But then this is a mountain ale. It's in the title that it's alcoholic.
yeah, and
So it is my father's.
yeah, but your father has a perception of what mountain ale should be, and it's like a typical beer that we've all had. Well, this is
Not used to Mountain Dew being in
Yeah,
it.
your father doesn't like Mountain Dew being in their beer instead of real beer, and I gotta say, neither do I.
When's the last time you drank a Mountain Dew, you think?
I've drank one somewhat recently because my wife has a fondness for Fountain Dew. So Mountain Dew out of a fountain dispenser. So like at a movie theater, she goes hard for a Fountain Dew. And I gotta say that the syrupy mix of Mountain Dew is very different than the can. In the can, you
Sure.
get the undiluted, like the concentrate. Like it's almost like you're supposed to cut it with water. It's like if just drinking orange juice out
Yeah,
of
the
the
block of
cylinder.
orange
Yeah,
juice
just eating it. Because it's too much. So I have enjoyed a Fountain Dew recently. But have you had like a Mountain Dew out of a can since you were a kid?
No, not in, yeah.
It's fucking
decade.
intense. It's hard to do. It tastes like melted Jolly Ranchers.
We have friends who drink Mountain Dew on a regular basis.
We have loyal listeners who respond
does
to
it-
us every week, and I don't know. Chime in, listeners. What do you
Chime
love
in.
about Dew? And you should check out Not Your Father's Mountain Ale and see if
That's true, yeah.
that does the do for you.
Hey,
Gotta say, I am done with the first glass. Something to that.
jonesing for more.
No, not really at all. I'm not. I don't mean to bounce ahead or whatever, but I'm gonna go into Beer Advocate. We're gonna shake things up.
Get
I'll
the
read the
BA.
Beer Advocate because this is a fruit/vegetable beer. So again, we've had a precedent for that. We've done Chefenhofer Hefeweizen, grapefruit beer. We did Smirnoff Ice, and we did Palisades Pineapple. I believe Palisades Pineapple is also classified as a fruit/vegetable beer. So this has the same classification. Beer Advocate gives it a 3.2 out of 5, which translates to okay. I'm astounded that it gives it that high of a ranking.
The first review notes that it indeed looks like a Mountain Dew. Bright, unnatural neon yellow. No head, but some fizzy carbonation is seen initially.
Yeah.
And this guy still gives it a 3.75 out of 5. He says
What's
this
redeeming
beer,
about it?
He says this beer does exactly what it sets out to do, be an alcoholic Mountain Dew clone. So if you like Mountain Dew and the idea of alcoholic Mountain Dew intrigues you, then you'll like this. If you don't, then or it doesn't, that sentence didn't make sense. That being said, you'd never ever guess this is a beer.
Yeah, you wouldn't, because it isn't. It's
true.
like it's worse than like a wine cooler or what are those things that like carbonated fake bullshit.
What do
I
you
don't know.
mean?
I can feel this in my gut already. Absolutely brewing around
Gut's
in my
churning.
gut. Your gut, as an adult, brews around if you have a Mountain Dew. If you have a Mountain Dew spiked with alcohol, man. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Can you feel it on your tongue?
Yeah, I definitely have the
inch?
mouth coating.
Quarter
have the
inch?
mouth coating.
I coated.
Did you say quarter inch?
Yeah, quarter-inch coating.
I don't know what that means.
Want me to
Explain
pour
that
you
one.
another one?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, okay, that's enough.
Well, we got to drink it. You got the can. So on our back half of our pour, should we explore the
Yeah.
today's
Parable
edible
or
or
terrible?
Parable
It's
or
got a
terrible?
name,
God
Joe.
damn it. I'm
And
never
I
gonna
came up
remember
with
what
it,
we're
and
eating.
mine's better than yours.
I didn't come up with either of those.
Oh, okay. Well, today's Parable or Terrible is from the Good Bean Company. I'm a big bean boy, as you know.
You're the BBB.
Chili lime flavored crunchy chickpeas. Now, we got to talk about beans. Here,
Okay.
get a handful.
Okay.
Crunchy chickpeas.
Enough.
Chickpeas, of course, are what is ground up to make hummus.
Yeah, of course, as everyone knows, because everyone's as obsessed with hummus as you are.
I'm a big hummus boy. I
Nick
made
will
some
go to a
pumpkin
bar.
hummus.
Look over the appetizer menu, pass over the chicken wings, pass over the quesadillas, the sliders, and land squarely on that hummus, baby.
Let me tell you why, Joe. Beans and hummus in particular and chickpeas is just like, it's a good source of like fiber and protein, which is
Here
what
we
I'm
go.
all about.
Gut health, man.
Gut health. This thing has 5 grams of fiber per serving.
What makes you so attracted to the idea of getting good fiber?
There is no better part of my day than if I have a good shit in the morning. That's why, Joe.
But your day shouldn't revolve around it. This is almost some Freudian, like, weird shit that happened at some point in your life.
I don't like it when I have weird shit. Exactly.
But that to think, to consciously think about the snacking you do, the foods you purchase, the regulation of your gut, unless you're normally doing some wild and crazy stuff in the bathroom, there's no reason to think about it. You're a healthy, virile boy. You're the big bean boy.
I'm the big bean boy.
There's
I'm
no
here to
reason
say.
to
I'm going to take good shits every single day.
gonna take a shit into the pot. But there's no reason to worry about it, you know? Just let
What do
it
you
go.
mean? What's wrong with being conscious about what I'm eating?
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying about the one facet you seem to be very conscious about all the time, which is your gut health.
Yeah.
Of course you want to have a balanced diet, but that kind of comes naturally. You become adult, you don't want to eat McDonald's every day and like eat cake and
Sure.
Halloween candy. So you think about like I gotta get my vegetables and stuff in, but I never think about like my
Pooping on
gut
time?
health. Yeah, exactly. I don't worry about it.
There's thought out there that proper gut health and digestion is closely related to the immune system's function and in your brain's function. So that's part of why I think it's an important thing. I can see you rolling your eyes, but
Everything's
I think it's a
traced to the gut.
yeah,
Your brain goes
a
as your
gut
gut
feeling.
goes.
Yeah, gut feeling has meaning, Joe.
Okay. Well,
And I mean, nothing we know.
by the way,
in
you
this
cut
world
me
is
off earlier.
true.
I was pouring, and you were like, enough. And then you just grabbed your cup and doubled
I
it.
got antsy because my gut health was being attacked, and my microbes
really attacking
punched
it.
back.
I'm kind of attacking it like in jest for the show.
Sure.
I'm genuinely curious though why like it's so important to you, but I think you answered it. I didn't know any
And
of
I
that.
think some of it is a like self-fulfilling prophecy type thing, or like I think that it's a big deal that I'm eating healthy and that it'll make my immune system function better. So then, or my brain will function better. So then I'm like in a better mood if I'm eating well because I think that
placebo
it's
type of
helping.
thing.
Yeah.
Whatever
Maybe that's a
works,
better
yeah.
way to put it. But yeah, I'm so fascinated by the prospect of like your gut being connected to your immune system and your moods and stuff like that.
Some people though are fascinated by like that as it's regarded with like horoscopes and like there's religion.
Oh, come on. I mean,
The fascination around like your mood,
I don't think gut health's going to save my soul.
The only person who thinks that the aura of one's being emanates out of the bowels is Nick Patry.
I worship at the porcelain throne. And yes, good bowel movement is the only reason to get out of bed in the morning.
Hallelujah, amen. So how do you think your beans pair? The big bean boy here to say.
I'm not getting a lot of chili lime flavor out of these chickpeas.
There's really nothing to them.
No.
They're kind of just like basic chickpeas.
And I mean, I love crunchy chickpeas. Not as much as I like hummus, but yeah, I gotta say that there's no chili lime flavor on these. I don't know if they
Not
missed
much
that
of
batch
anything,
in the factory or what, but I might have to say terrible.
Yeah, I might have to say sheddable as well. The good bean,
They're
believe
shittable though, because you
believe-
will poop after
yeah.
this.
Very shittable indeed. That would be good, though. The good bean, we believe life's too short to snack badly. Snack better with our delicious bean protein snacks that satisfy your sweet and savory cravings with protein and fiber to fuel your body.
Where is there
crunchy-
sweet coming into this at all?
The literal fiber of your being emanates from your gut. Studies show... No, they don't go into that.
Nice. But no, I mean, it's a good source of protein too, like without being heavy, like if you had meat, you know.
No, I'll give you
And
that.
have
like
some...
sometimes, like I don't know. I never struggled to get protein just because I love like eating protein,
Sure.
like more than like dessert. I don't even. I never crave dessert, but I crave
Mm.
like greasy like meat. That's why I'm fat. But that can really weigh you down.
You're not fat, Joe. Hey, come on.
Thanks. That's what I was fishing for. I reeled it in. But that can weigh you down, especially over like lunch. If I just snacked on a little bit of this, you get your protein out of the way, you
Right.
feel better.
Right. Your
Maybe I'm a
gut's
gut
happy.
boy. Am I the
Yeah,
big
your
gut
gut's
boy?
happy, your head's happy.
I still will never do kombucha though.
I had a kombucha earlier today.
I bet you did.
I was feeling a little under the weather. Had a little gingerade
Oh, so kombucha's
GTs.
kombucha's like the recovery water from Russell Wilson. So it cures all
my
of your
concussion,
illnesses.
yeah. I've got stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I have one kombucha. Bye-bye.
Yeah. I'll turn down the treatments, doc. I got my kombucha. And then you're dead in like 3 days.
One thing I will say about beans, again, is it's fascinating what they're doing in like the food industry with it. Like there's these
Lord.
chips called Benitos or Beanitos, however they want to pronounce it, that are it's just like a
Bean-based.
tortilla chip that's bean-based. So it's higher fiber, higher protein content than a normal corn-based tortilla.
That's fascinating stuff. It really is.
It is. It's cool.
I think we actually got some of those at Trader Joe's, little TJ's bean-based tortilla chips recently. And they don't, you lose the flavor a little bit, of course, than tortilla, but...
Were they
it's-
just plain, or did they have some type of seasoning?
No, they had, they had the seasoning, and they were supposed to be like almost like a Doritos, I think. But it was bean-based. It does lose the flavor a little bit. Like a tortilla chip has more flavor than...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it
Well, I hear
does.
that gut in the other end acting up.
A loud gut is a happy gut.
This is not good for the gut, by the way. You're not your father's mountain ale. This is about as bad as it gets for a gut.
This is not elevating my,
It's
Taste
hard
buds.
to get through the rest of this.
but I will do it.
God,
Yes.
it doesn't sit well, does it?
No.
Well,
It literally tastes like drinking a Mountain Dew.
yeah. That's what I said at the beginning. I said it tastes exactly like Mountain Dew.
No, I don't think it tastes like it. So if I said taste, I
You said it
misspoke.
literally tastes like drinking a Mountain Dew.
I guess it feels like
Oh, I
feels like
gotcha.
you're drinking a Mountain
I
Dew.
gotcha.
Like it's not even that carbonated, and it's just like a sugary, coating into my mouth. But I do get a little more grapefruit than I think you would get with a Mountain Dew.
And I think I feel the alcohol after drinking half of this
Yeah.
24 ouncer. So, by the way, we agreed the Parable or Terrible is indeed terrible.
It's terrible, unfortunately. Yeah, that's my poop going into the toilet.
That's a good gut health then. So, I don't want to jump right to the rankings, but I don't know how much more we can break down the taste of this thing.
Yeah, let's go to the rankings.
I will say one last thing about the label before we go to the rankings. I kind of like the style of their graphics. Remember those fake like e-greeting cards where they would have like the person in like an old-timey sketch drawing, and then it would say like when Bay goes to the movies, and like the person's like flipping you off or something.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? What were those
exactly
called?
that. Yeah.
What were those called?
I don't remember something e-cards though.
Yeah. Well,
Let me see
anyway,
if I can find it.
that seems to be like what they're going for on all of their labeling. So they're definitely like quirky company. They do things a little twisted, a little bit fucked up at small town brew, small town. What is it? Small town brewery.
Small town brewery in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh yeah, we didn't even touch on that. So go them. Cross is a beautiful city.
Go La Crosse.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has yellow dye in it, by the way. They had to mention that. Beer brewed with spices, natural flavors, and FD&C yellow number 5.
But yeah, all that natural stuff. Just like they used to do it.
Yeah, just like they used to do it.
Yeah.
Some e-cards, I think that's what it was called.
Some e-cards, that's right. Bay's a big bad bitch.
He's a big bad bitch flipping off.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the top one that shows up for fall. It's a woman, old-timey woman standing with her arms crossed. My favorite fall activity is coming up with excuses to avoid my family at Thanksgiving. Oh, no way.
Fucking, I gotta forward that to 22 people or I'll be cursed for the rest of my life. And then each of them has to forward it.
Next one up, woman standing with her finger raised to the sky. Don't talk to me until I've had my first 3 coffees.
Usually it's just one, and then she said 3. I
Then
can't
don't
even
talk to her.
believe it. I'm looking at one, and it's a guy, and he's got his arms crossed, and he's kind of giving like a who me look, and it says the indictments are no way connected whatsoever to the administration or its campaign in 2016. It was pretty good.
Are you on a Russian website or which?
Huh?
Are you on the Russian version of some e-cards?
Yeah, it's someecomrades.com.
Yeah, I think that might be not the one we're talking about.
Interesting, because I'm looking at another one, and it's the same guy with the who me face, and it just says it says that Benghazi was something that was planned since the first Clinton administration in the office. Hey guys, I'm back again. It's been a long time.
Hey, Jesse.
Thanks. I didn't think you were going to greet me. You were shaking your head like you were upset. You thought this character had been dead and buried. Well, let me tell you what's not
buried.
dead. Damn it. Buried Obama's penthouse is more like it. See you guys. All right.
Wow, Jesse's back.
Yeah.
Brand new rap.
Oh, God. My name's Jesse Ventura, and I'm here to say I'm bringing a rap in a very fine way. I'm going to tell you about the penthouse I visit, and this is not going to be a quizit. It's going to be real. It's going to be a thing. Barry Obama's got a lot of bling because of cash. It flows to the penthouse. It comes from Benghazi and Clinton. Clintons, they live in Benghazi, and I don't live there. I live not in Russia. I'm not gonna say any more. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna not come back to this podcast and get out of your head.
Jesse Ventura, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesse Ventura rap that did not need to happen.
Good job, though, Joe.
Thanks.
God.
Those are tough.
Top of your game with this Mountain Dew flowing through your veins.
Do you feel like, is there caffeine in
A little
this?
energized?
Don't you feel a little pepped?
Not really.
I'm all pissed up, buzzed
I
up.
feel depressed whenever I'm by you.
So it comes out.
Something's coming out of me.
Okay. Should we get to the rankings?
Should we get to the rankings? Let's.
You read them.
Hey, why don't I read the rankings? This is folks' favorite part of the show.
Which way you reading them?
I'm going to read them from tip to taint.
What? We're
No,
turning
taint
everything
to tip.
on
Taint
its
to
head.
tip.
All right.
Taint to tip. I'm a big fan of the taint area. All right, Smirnoff Ice, O'Doul's, Olympia, Schlitz, Budweiser, Miller Lite, Miller 64, Michelob Ultra, Coors Light, Molson, Hefeweizen Grapefruit Beer, Rolling Rock, PBR, Eyinger Brauweiss, Palisades Pineapple, Tecate, Heineken, Blatz, Sierra Nevada, Torpedo Extra IPA, Rainier, Crikey IPA, Blue Moon, Hugarten, Kona Longboard, Deschutes Swivelhead Red, Old Rasputin, Rodenbach Grand Cru, Elysian Night Owl, Pumpkin Ale, Spotted Cow, and your number one beer, Session Premium Lager.
Good job. This can be your new gig, reading these taint tips.
Been looking for a new job for a long time, and I think I finally found it.
Crush that can and leave it dead and buried at the bottom of this fucking list. I'm not putting this below Smirnoff Ice or O'Doul's, but I will put it below Olympia, which is actually a beer.
Yeah, I'm good with that. And I continue to not care about the rankings. Let's put it there.
There's going to be a ranking that you feel strongly about at some point.
All right, we'll find it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't recommend people do it but if you see it in a store and you do like Mountain Dew, maybe go and try it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to feel good if you drink one of these.
No, if you're going to like a party or some get together, like get one and just take a couple sips and pass it.
Yeah, play
That's
Halo.
worth a try.
Get some nacho cheese Doritos.
Yell at your mom.
Yeah. Try to sleep in till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon and get up and do it again. Launch tomatoes out of a water balloon launcher into the middle of the street. If you're doing all that,
Cheat on the ACT.
yeah, you're probably going to like not your father's Mountain Ale. Well,
That
was it.
We did it. Hey, let's start the music here.
don't go buy this beer. It's as simple as that. It's at the bottom of the list, but we'll be back another day to give her another crack.
The Cold Cans podcast is recorded in the Overcast room at Cloud Studios in Seattle, Washington. Visit cloudstudiosseattle.com